Good morning. How you guys doing? Came on to do a little reading. Uh-oh, forgot that card. Oh, well, the Hermit is pretty active today. I was going to do a reading for Cancer. See where you guys are at, what kind of messages you need to hear. See, that Hermit ain't going anywhere. Oh, I saw the heartbreak card too. Oh my God. All right, Cancer energy. Let's go. All right, tell me about Cancer. Ooh. Okay. We got a Nine of Wands and a Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So it looks like you've been waiting a long time. That's what this feels like. It feels like you've had a lot of battles. You had kind of like one challenge after the other, and you're tired. You've been consistent because we got the Nine of Pentacles, and you've been patient. But possibly you're getting tired here. Tell me more. Tell me what's coming up for Cancer. It's too many. Oh, don't do that. Hermit. Okay, possibly seeking some enlightenment, which makes sense because if you've been experiencing a lot of challenges and kind of been very patient, kind of waiting for money to come in and taking some time alone. Tell me more for Cancer energies. We got Temperance. So it looks like it might take a little longer because we got Temperance here, which is kind of reminding you that you need balance. There's something here that's out of balance. It feels like you're taking too much time alone and you're just, it feels like you're going through these challenges by yourself, right? And that could be causing you to like feel some type of way. And Temperance is coming in to try to balance those energies. You possibly feel this like fire, right? Because remember that the Nine of Wands is a fire energy, right? We got the Magician. It's like a fire energy. It's kind of like active, right? Because we think of fire as being an active energy, right? In comparison to like water or earth or anything like that. Fire is very active. So it feels like you're moving, challenge. And you might be in this fiery, kind of like angry energy just because things don't seem to be working out. You're being patient and consistent. You're taking time to yourself. You're doing all the things, right? But still, for some reason, like, the magic isn't happening, right? We got the Magician. Let's find out more about this Magician. See what's blocking here. Why? Got a few cards here. Let's see. We've got the Two of Pentacles, which that's one main reason that can interfere with your manifestation, this energy. Going back and forth, not specifically deciding on one path or the other is one of the things that's going to hold up a manifestation, right? Because you're communicating to the world, to the universe, to God, your angels, spirit guides. You're communicating that you don't know what you want. So they're not going to push in one direction or the other until you kind of decide on a path. And right now, you're in this finding balance, this juggling, right? Then right after, we've got Nine of Pentacles, which is abundance. So it feels like the challenges here aren't financial, right? It doesn't feel like that's what the challenge is. The challenge feels like it's like movement, like growth, right? Then we've got Six of Swords and the Moon. Okay. So it's kind of like to create this magic, to create this abundance that you're trying to do, we already spoke on how we need to decide on a path, right? And then what happens once you decide on that path is that you need to walk away from the other paths. You need to go towards that calmer energy, right? And it feels like there's a few things that you might be worried about in this water. It's kind of like, it reminds me of this, right? There's like, it's like a saying in Spanish, right? About like asking God to save you from the calm waters, because in the rapid waters, like the translation is weird, but in the rapid waters, I'll save myself, right? So it's kind of this energy of like being a little bit afraid of what is in this calm water, right? Because if we're used to being in toxic relationships, which here, you know, and if you're used to being like in these relationships that are very tumultuous, right? Where there's a lot of arguing and disagreements and possibly cheating, lying, you know, you're used to this kind of like chaos is the way I would describe it, right? So you kind of know how to navigate within that, in those parameters, right? You know how to deal with the toxicity. You know how to deal with the chaos, right? But then when it comes to these calmer waters that you're being led to, this it feels like this kind of inspires fear in you, because you're not used to dealing with a calm type person. You're not used to things being like flowing gently. And I know it sounds weird, but it makes total sense to me, that you'd be scared of what's going to happen in these calm waters, right? Because when there's a lot going on, you're seeing everything going on. And then the thought is that you're going into this calm water, but you don't know what's really underneath that water. You don't know what's beneath the surface, right? What's being hidden. And this could have to do with a person. This could have to do with work. It could have to do almost with anything, right? Where you're feeling a little bit intimidated. I don't want to say scared, right? Because, right, we can't let fear win in anything. So you might feel a little intimidated going into this. And this is where the juggling is happening. Like, do I do it? Do I not do it? I already know how to behave and how to manage a toxic situation, but I don't necessarily know how to manage a calm one. So like, this is something that you've manifested. This is something that you wanted. You wanted a more gentle, calm, balanced relationship, right? So you have to have the will, right? The strength. I'm surprised the strength card isn't here. The strength to move forward into this, right? You've manifested this, which means this is for you, but you cannot let this moon, what's hidden, worry you, right? Because if you really think about this, the things that are hidden, that might be, I'm not going to say are hidden, because there might not be anything, you know what I mean? You'd be worried for nothing. But the things that could be hidden are things that you've experienced before. You know what I mean? So even if there's something that's hidden that you're going to find out about later, you can manage that. If you can manage a toxic, chaotic relationship and find that you can move through it and move forward and move out of it, then you can manage this too. This is like a spirit guide that's forcing you forward. I didn't mean to say forcing, but I guess that was meant to be said. I meant pushing you, but possibly you're being forced because on your own you weren't doing it, because you're in this energy, right? I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell is happening to me. But it feels like you are being forced forward. Like you can't stay in this energy. You've been consistent. You've been taking shots like we saw here. You've been consistent. You already got 9 wands. How many more are you going to take, right? You've tried it that way. You've tried it that way. You went in, you asked for balance, you asked for something calm. Now that's trying to come in for you. But you got to let go of this balancing act. You got to make a choice and go with the flow literally, right? Because you are being, like I said, moved forward, right? Whether it's by force, by force of your angels, by force of the divine, but you know it's what's meant for you. No matter what's hidden, you got this. You got this. I'll just pull a little card to kind of wrap it up. Okay. Tell me about the outcome in this situation here. Assuming that we move forward, right? Look at that. Closing a cycle. Look at that. Closing a cycle. Closing the cycle on heartbreak. Closing the cycle on competition. Right? This is what you're doing. You've decided you're not doing this anymore. No. You're not doing this anymore. Why? Because God and Spirit has led you out of there, right? And closed this cycle for you. That's done. And now you have your new path. You've decided on it. And this is for you. You created this. You manifested this. Don't let it get away. Choose your path and move forward. All right, Cancers, I love y'all. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed it. And take care. Bye.